All playoffs long, people have been talking about the Heat's zone defense. So how did the Denver Nuggets overcome this in Game 3 after it caused them so many problems in Game 2? Well, after Game 2, I did a breakdown of the Heat's zone defense. It's on my channel if you want to go and watch that. In case you missed it, here is a brief summary, one possession, showing you how that works. Okay, so the Miami Heat start this off as a 2-2-1 zone, but they quickly fall back into what we know as a 1-3-1 zone. And when this happens, they keep a man on Nikola Jokic, who's in the middle of the floor here. We all know to attack a zone defense, you want to get to the middle of the floor. So Miami have a great idea for this. They've got their 1-3-1 going, meaning they're denying Jokic the ball right here. You've got two guys attached to the pick and roll action, and you're going to be able to switch that. You've got Bam down low so he can step up and help here if he needs to. And you've got Duncan Robinson covering these two shooters, even though this one's about to cut. Anyway, this is what they did, and they did a great job of it. There's only 10 seconds left on the shot clock, as you can see. They're denying Jokic the ball, They switch the action, force a tough shot for Jamal Murray in the corner. If you want a deeper analysis, like I said, the video is on my channel. But let's look at what they did in game number 3. So here you can see the Miami Heat are in their 1-3-1 zone once again. Now, Nikola Jokic, instead of staying here in the middle of the floor and allowing himself to be denied the ball by Jimmy Butler, he's going to go and post up down here. Now, what this does, by going here, instead of waiting at the nail, by going to the low block and getting the ball, it's forcing the low defender, Bam Adebayo, to come across to the strong side. The strong side is the side with the ball. And when that happens, you're going to end up with 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders all on the strong side. Meanwhile, the Denver Nuggets have got 1, 2, and possibly 3, if he pulls out here a little bit, players on the weak side because Jokic captures so much attention. So it's collapsing the zone. Look at that. The zone defense has now collapsed. It's lost its shape. And Christian Brown does a great job of reading this and cutting to the basket. We did another breakdown of Christian Brown's game yesterday. If you haven't watched that one yet, that's also on my channel. I keep saying stuff's on my channel because that's the place you need to be. Make sure you subscribe because I'm dropping breakdowns after every NBA Finals game. Anyway, let's go back to this. Previously, you would have seen the Miami Heat pressuring the ball handler to take time off the shot clock. They would have crossed halfway with about 15, 16 seconds. Instead, they're crossing with a whole 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. As they do this, instead of Nikola Jokic waiting up here to try and create something and letting the Heat defenders deny them, he once again goes down to the low block. And what that does is, now look at this. The Miami Heat are still in their zone, 1-3-1. However, when the ball gets to Nikola Jokic, Cody Zeller, the low man, has had to come across here. And now they're going to collapse the zone once again. And it's going to free up space because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders on the strong side. One man is stationed here completely clueless on the weak side because you've got Jeff Green and you've got Christian Brown cutting to the hoop. That's how the Miami Heat zone fared in game 3. And it was a great adjustment by Mike Malone to put Nikola Jokic at the post. The other thing is when he did, this is what's more familiar, right? You've still got that 1-3-1 zone going on. What Nikola Jokic made sure he did in this game is every time he caught the ball, instead of standing still and waiting for something to happen, looking for his teammates, he attacked the basket immediately. You see that as soon as he catches the ball, he's well aware that he's only got Gabe Vincent on him. So as soon as he catches the ball, he turns and he attacks towards the hoop and finishes over the smaller defender. Now, I wish I could show you more examples. However, there literally weren't that many examples of zone in this game. The Heat ran the zone 20 times in game 1, 17 times in game 2, but only 12 times in game 3. Now, obviously, a lot of that is to do with the great shot making by Jamal Murray and by Nikola Jokic, but also the counter of putting Jokic on the post instead of at the nail. It was a great adjustment, forcing the Heat to overload the strong side and leaving their cutters and their shooters open. I don't know what the Heat can do to counter this. Maybe they switch it up and go to a 2-3, a 3-2, or whatever they might do. But it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. The other thing Denver emphasized in this game was playing off misses and pushing the tempo. In my newsletter, which you can sign up to for free in the description of this video, I emphasize the need of Denver to push the pace. That starts with getting stops on the defensive end, because then you're not taking the ball out of your own basket, and then pushing the pace of the game. We're going to see on this, the Miami Heat are trying to attack. Kyle Lowry throws a lob up to Bam Adebayo, almost as bad as the one that Tyler Herro threw for Udonis Haslem, if you guys remember that. That was one of the funniest funniest lobs I've ever seen. But anyway, Bam Adebayo can't catch it. Gordon grabs the rebound. Now, instead of looking for Murray or Jokic, he's going to put the ball on the floor and dribble straight down the court. Now you've got a 5-on-4. You've got an advantage. If you give up a bucket on the other end, the Heat can go back and set up their zone. Whereas now, they've only got 4 defenders trying to guard 5 players. Aaron Gordon does a great job of drawing the defender with his drive. He's going to attack this way, so Caleb Martin has to stay attached. Now you've got Jeff Green down low in similar positions that we saw Aaron Gordon to in game 1 that gave Denver great success. If you haven't seen that, that's another video that's on my channel. But you've also got Bruce Brown open as a shooter here. Kyle Lowry has to make a decision who he's going to stay with, and it's a very simple and easy read for Aaron Gordon, which leads to an open 3 for Denver. You're going to see another example right here. They try and force the switch to get Aaron Gordon off Jimmy Butler. Jimmy runs into traffic. He's greeted by 3 Denver defenders to contest his shot, which does not fall. Aaron Gordon grabs the rebound, and once again, they're away, pushing the pace. Now, they want to stay attached. You've got to stay with Jamal Murray here. Kyle Lowry's worried about the shooter who's just open after you saw what happened in the last possession. Caleb Martin is thinking that Michael Porter Jr. is in the corner. He's got to pay attention to that. So Aaron Gordon has a clear runway to get straight to the hoop. And he does exactly that. The Denver Nuggets score. And the Denver Nuggets win game number 3 of the NBA Finals. They've got a 2-1 lead. Do you think they're going to close this out in 5, 6, 7 games, or do you think the Heat can make a comeback? Let me know in the comments down below. We're dropping breakdowns all the time on this channel, so make sure you subscribe. Tons of content for you. Also my newsletter, which I mentioned. And if you love the NBA, check out my podcast with 3-time NBA champion BJ Armstrong, which is also in the description. The moral of the story is go to the description of this video, because everything you need if you love basketball is right there. I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you want to see me breaking down, and most importantly, get buckets.